Hello and welcome to Amethyst Style Crafting. My name is Jane Ormark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And today we are having some fun again with the hand-penned petals, or the hand-penned suite. And I thought that we would do something with a few of the scraps that I've got left, or a piece of scrap that I've got left over from the designer series paper. Now, if you're cutting your paper down, quite often you have little tiny pieces that are left over, and these are just absolutely beautiful. I have shown you them. This designer series paper is just beautiful. It's really pretty and pastel-y, and you've got all these beautiful flowers that coordinate, but you know, it's a shame to throw away little scraps like this, and it really doesn't matter what size. I mean, this is a tiny little piece which is 1 inch by 3 3/4, and literally it's just an offcut, so I thought we would do something with those. We are going to be using some blends. Now, I have got a light cherry cobbler, but any dark would work perfectly. I've got a dark Calypso coral, and I've got, this is a retired one, but again a pink. I've got a dark petal pink. So I've got 3 shades which run from dark through to light, and you can use the new in coloured ones because they all come in them. You can use any combination of colours you want, but you want a dark, a sort of a mid-tone and a light, and that you'll find out why. In the dies, which are the Penned Flowers dies, we're going to take this little flower here. We're trying to sort of work our way through all of the different dies and cards and things to do with it. So we've done quite a few, but we're using this one here, which is a very pretty one, which has a little sort of center to it. Now, a little trick for using this one and for using any types of intricate dies is our double-sided sticky sheets. Because they work so well. They also help to hold the die together, and I will show you, let me move these out of the way so we've got a clear surface. I will show you, these are 2, we only need 1, but this is one that I've already taken out, and you can see that the middle is staying in place really rather well. We're going to get rid of it, but if you wanted to do it for piecing, you could do quite easily. Now, we're just going to do a very simple colouring exercise for this one, so nothing complicated at all. We're going to take our darkest colour, so this happens to be the red for me, and it is running out, and we are literally just going to put some colour down in on the centre, like that. And that's all you need with your dark colour. Then we're going to take the mid-tone. So again, use whatever you want. This is dark Calypso coral, and blending through into the red that you've already got, you're going to take it out just a little bit further. And again, sort of quite raggedy. You don't want it to be sort of too uniform. In fact, that could probably go up there just a little bit, can't it? Like that. Okay, and then we're going to get our light, and as I say, this is a dark petal pink, which is, I think it's retired, but any of the pale pinks would work. And you're going to take it right from the center and then up through to the edge. By doing this, it blends all of the colors through. So just taking it up. Now, it does take a moment to dry, so you'll be able to see when it's completely dried, but blending it from the center up through the sides, making sure you're going right over the edge as well, so up from the center, which will make that red paler because it's blending it through. And then we'll just go on to this last one, take it right up to the top, and as I say, bring it through to the end. Okay, so that's how you do your flower. And then if you take your pick tool, you can, if I can pick it up, you can then poke out the inside, because I don't want the inside, but I just wanted, for colouring, it makes it far easier to get your dark piece in the middle and for it to blend nicely. And if you wanted the centres, you could always keep them, but I think that this particular shape looks nicer without the centre, because you have this little sort of centre stamen which has that really nice little look, and there's two little centre dots, so we're taking both of those out. Oops, let's just take this one out. But by having your sticky sheet in underneath, just take that so it's not stuck in on there. That little one doesn't want to come out. It's stuck onto the sheet. So I just need to pick it off. There we go. But then when we put that down, you can see it's still stuck in there. Come on, out you come, little one. There we go. Right, so if I put that down there, you can see that still not come out. We'll get it out in a minute, but you can see that it shows up the lovely pieces inside. It's because I've got the sticky sheet on behind, which holds it on and makes it easier. But you can see on there that you've got, as I say, that lovely dark right in the center going through to your light. And then once it's all sort of dried in, I will show you two others that I've done, which we're going to use for this card. So this one I actually did with petal pink. So I did the same two tones, but I did this with petal pink. So it's just slightly different, and that's going to be our middle one. But you can see how pretty they are. And if you've got the pale papaya in the blends, you could obviously use that. But I haven't got those yet, so I'm finding another solution that'll tone in. So the piece of designer series paper that I'm going to use, if you look at the backs of them all, because we don't want the flowery side, but the backs, you've got this lovely pale papaya, which, as I say, doesn't completely match, but if you've got the blends, you could use that one. There's a lovely mint macaron on there. There's a pale sort of daffodil delight, and then you've got the Highland heather. So they are all just lovely, and those are just a few of the scrap pieces that I've got over when I cut down. So I'm going to use this one, which is the one with the lovely blues. I did a card the other day, and on the back of it, if you look at this print, it's actually got the same design of flowers. So we're going to use that one. And I've also then die cut out, let's go to these. In these dies, there is this that gives you your outline, and there's this one that gives you your beautiful intricate die. So I've die cut one of those out, and I'm using the new colour, which is complete fade for a minute. It will come back to me in a second. It is the soft succulent, which is that beautiful grey green. So let's get some of those pieces. I want a piece of take that. I want a piece of soft succulent. Now I know that this is not soft succulent, but it actually works enough to tone in. If you wanted to use, I think it's mint macaron, you could do, but I wanted to use the new one, and I will show you how to get it to tone in perfectly. So that's just one of the other ones I've got, and this is the die that I've got. Now let me just put the white underneath, because we're going to put that in on top. I'm not going to stick that part down because I will be cutting some things out of the back of it. Now with this one, if you look, you have got two leaves there, you've got two leaves there, and what I want to do is I'm going to cut it straight down the middle as accurately as I can. and then straight up between those two leaves. Okay, so I've now got these two pieces, and let me make sure that I've got them the right way round. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to put this piece down in the center, and then I want to have this as if it's extended. So I need to make sure that we've got it in the right way round, which we have, and I can move it just across a little bit this way, I think. Okay, so I'm going to stick that down first. So let's put this one down with some wet glue. Just put that round on the edges. And then I wanted it to be, let's have a look and see if there's a difference between the flowers. Yes, the flowers do sort of grow up in one way. So I'm going to put this down on here, and it's not going to be completely, it's going to be just slightly over in that direction, because that's where the dye is going to come. So I'm just going to put that down, and I don't want it tucked in. Now I could have, if I was smart, I could have done this with the double-sided sticky sheets. They do make a huge difference, but I didn't. I'd already cut this out before I thought of doing it for the other part. So just a tip, if you've got the sticky sheets, it does make your life a lot easier, and you will see. If you haven't, it doesn't matter too much, because I use, as I say, I use my wet glue because the nib of it really is like a pen. But you do want to get enough glue on here. You know, I see people who just, you know, daub a little bit just on a couple of points, and to be quite honest, if you want it to stick down, you need to do it quite sort of firmly. Now we are going to put this down on here, just about in the middle, and we're going to line it up. So each piece of this, and I'm going to tuck that one in so that goes on the edge there, and then we can smooth the other pieces down. Okay, so you've got that completely on that half. And then we're just going to do exactly the same thing. And it is a little delicate. You know, it's not too bad, but if you're heavy-handed, you need to just be a little bit careful, because particularly some of these little pieces are quite delicate, and particularly where we've cut them down in half, you just need to make sure that you've got your glue on there, but you're doing it gently rather than heavy-handed, because it may well tear. I don't think it will, but you just have to be a little cautious on that. Now I just need to take a little bit of glue in, because it's particularly down on those sides, because they're tiny pieces. You want them stuck down well. So we're going to take this piece and do exactly the same thing, and you want to line it up as near as you can so that it's the mirror, the other half of there is put exactly where you want it. So we want this on here. I need to just ease that little piece up so that comes, come on, that's it, tight onto that bit, that tight onto there, and then we can put these ones down. So then you've got that which comes out on the side, which, as I say, just makes it look beautiful. Now we've got these little pieces, and I want one in on here. I want that pink one in the center, and I want the other pieces at the top. So I'm going to do the one in the center first, and this is where you can see how easy it is to just literally peel it off and then that can stick straight in. So I'll have this one in the middle, like that. Got that little piece that was gonna on that one that came out, and now it's in the center of that card. Little tiny centerpieces, they do, because they've got that little bit of sticky on them. Need to get that out of the way. Okay, so that's the center one. Do exactly the same thing. Just peel it off, and we'll have one at the top. Like that. And then we'll take the other one and have that one down at the bottom. So again, just, there's me saying how easy they were to come off. Yes, they are relatively easy, because it's not a flat shape, so they will pick in quite nicely. And then we'll have the other one down here on the bottom like that. Okay, so you've got your 3 pieces in like that, which I think looks beautiful. And now all we need to do is to add a little sentiment in on there. And I've got, what have we got? I could make it a birthday one, couldn't I? Congratulations, I think would be quite nice. I haven't done this congratulations one yet on there. So it's quite a pretty one. And it's a very straight, what do you call it, capital font. So I think that that actually will look quite nice with this. So just pick it up, let it relax first. And we're going to put this one in, and again tone it in. So I'm doing this in the soft succulent, just inking it up. Now it's the first time I've used it, so I will try it just down. Beautiful. So just ink it up carefully, and then we're going to put this, and I'm going to have it slap bang in the center at the bottom, I think. Yes, how about that? That's lovely. So you now have that beautiful card with just a few die cuts, a little bit of colouring, and a piece of designer series paper that you probably would have thrown away, and you've made yourself a beautiful card. Really quite simple. And again, I always say, when you've got little scraps of paper and things over, don't throw them away, just use them. You know, I've got little pieces and things like this. I can take, I'm just going to put that in there, I can make another 6, 8 flowers. You know, do them and keep them in a pot, so that when you're ready to use them, you've got them ready to go. And yes, so I think that that makes a beautiful card. And as always, please stay safe and well, and please be kind, and look forward to seeing you soon. Bye bye.